Do you keep experiencing fading puppy syndrome in your kennel, or even multiple litters dealing with diarrhea and vomiting caused by parvo, fungal spores, or other bacteria and viruses? When problems like these keep happening, it's important to take a look at what disinfectants are being used to clean the kennel, whether you are disinfecting often enough, and if you're using bleach, you want to be sure you're using it correctly. In this episode of the Pet Care Pro Show, we have Gina joining us. We're going to be talking about the differences in disinfectants because not all disinfectants kill the same organisms.
Exactly. It's all about keeping your animals healthy.
Now, before we start, we ask you to consider subscribing to the Revival Animal Health YouTube channel by clicking the little red heart there in the corner or the subscribe button down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Okay, let's talk disinfectants in the kennel. What do you need to know when choosing a disinfectant?
When disinfecting a kennel, you have to keep two things in mind. First, what are the ages of the animals living in the kennel? And secondly, what diseases are you targeting?
So why do you need to look at the age of the animals when it comes to disinfectants?
Toxins in certain disinfectants are a major cause of fading puppy syndrome, which is a term used to describe puppies that appear normal at birth but gradually fade and die within the first 2 weeks of life. The skin on newborns is very thin, and that means chemicals can easily be absorbed through the skin, leading to fading puppy syndrome.
And the fumes on some of these disinfectants can also cause problems for these little ones.
Yes, the fumes can cause upper respiratory congestion in these young animals.
So what disinfectants should not be used around newborns?
In your nursery where newborns are living, avoid cleaning with pine oils, phenols, which are a class of chemical found in many cleaning materials, as well as bleach, quaternary ammonium. These are all dangerous and can lead to fading puppy syndrome.
So what disinfectants are safe to use around newborns?
You'll want to use a gentle cleaner such as chlorhexidine. It has little odor and is safe disinfectant to use around puppies and kittens. Chlorhexidine is also a good choice to disinfect instruments or tools.
And while it's gentle, it's still very effective.
Yes, it's effective against bacteria, fungi, ringworm, yeast, and most viruses. However, chlorhexidine is not effective against parvovirus. So if that is what you are targeting, you'll want to use something else.
So what about parvovirus? That's obviously a concern for kennels. What is a puppy-safe disinfectant that also kills parvo?
You'll want to look for a penetrating disinfectant to kill parvo. Something like Virkon or Oxine with citric acid, or even animal facility disinfectant by ProVet Logic. These are all penetrating disinfectants that kill parvo, bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other organisms that make animals sick. But note that you'll want to always remove the animals during cleaning and not return them to the area until it's dry.
Now, it's important to keep in mind that for disinfectants to work well, you should have as much of the feces and dirt removed before you start disinfecting the area.
Right, you need to clean before you clean. All of the organic material, such as feces and dirt, should be removed and cleaned using soap to degrease the area so the disinfectant can do its job.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about bleach. Earlier you mentioned it's not safe to use around newborns and can lead to fading puppy, but for other areas it is effective, correct?
Yes, bleach is a great disinfectant. However, it needs to be in contact with the surface for a certain amount of time to disinfect properly. And keep in mind, when it's colder, the temperatures are colder, it requires longer contact time with bleach. So you'll have to look on the label of your bleach bottle to make sure you use the correct dilution and contact time.
Absolutely. Now, many people ask about the WYSIWASH sanitizer system. What is WYSIWASH system, and is it safe to use around newborns?
The WYSIWASH sanitizing system is very easy to use and helps you ensure you are using the proper ratio of disinfectant. However, you can't keep animals, especially newborns, anywhere nearby when it's being used. If you do use the WYSIWASH in a nursery, make sure everything is rinsed, dry, and well ventilated before the newborns are returned.
And is WYSIWASH also effective against parvo?
Yes, WYSIWASH is very effective. It kills canine parvovirus, coronavirus, ringworm, hepatitis, salmonella, rabies, and more. It's also biodegradable and safe for your environment.
Now, before we talk about how often to disinfect, if you are finding this video helpful, click the like button below. Okay, so how often should you disinfect a kennel?
For regular maintenance, weekly disinfecting is a good rule of thumb. However, if you are dealing with an outbreak, I would recommend disinfecting daily. It's also a good idea to keep newly introduced dogs or cats in the kennel or cattery isolated and disinfect their area daily to avoid introducing new bacterial, viral, or parasitic diseases into your facility.
A great tip there. Now, we just covered a lot of different disinfectant options, so for more information on any of these, check out the article Disinfectants Choose Wisely. That's in our Learning Center at revivalanimal.com. Now, we've also put a link to that article in the description below. Or you can always call one of our pet care pros like Gina, and they would be happy to help you find the best solution.
Yep, I can absolutely help you figure out which disinfectant would be best for you and your kennel. Give me a call.
Thank you, Gina, so much. And if you found this advice helpful, please share this video with others. And if you have any other questions or comments, comment below and we will get those answered. I'm Shelly with the Revival Education Team. This is Gina, a Revival Pet Care Pro. Thank you so much for joining us on this kennel disinfectant episode of the Pet Care Pro Show. Hi, if you're watching on YouTube, consider subscribing to the Revival Animal Health YouTube channel. If you have a pet health question, call our Pet Care Pros at this number. And don't miss our other pet health videos.